Shalom Akim. I want to start off by giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. I want to give double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and mercy to the elect, Yasharallah and the house of David, who today are the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Now, I want to go ahead and get into a series which I'm going to go over all the parables that Yahweh Shai, who the world knows as Jesus, gave when he visited here. So to begin, I want to go and start off with the parable of the canceled debts, and this is recorded in Luke 7:40, but I'm going to start at 39. This is Luke 7:39. Now when the Pharisees which had bidden him saw it, he spake within himself, saying, This man, if he were a prophet, would have known who and what manner of woman this is that toucheth him, for she is a sinner. And Yahweh Shai answering said unto him, Simon, I have somewhat to say unto thee. And he saith, Master, say on. There was a certain creditor which had two debtors. The one owed 500 pence, and the one 50. And when they had nothing to pay, he frankly forgave them both. Tell me therefore, which of them will love him most? Simon answered and said, I suppose that he to whom he forgave most. And he said unto him, Thou hast rightly judged. And he turned to the woman and said unto Simon, Seest thou this woman? I entered into thine house. Thou gavest me no water for my feet, but she hath washed my feet with tears, and wiped them with the hair of her head. Thou givest me no kiss, but this woman, since the time I came in, hath not ceased to kiss my feet. My head with oil thou didst not anoint, but this woman hath anointed my feet with ointment. Wherefore I say unto thee, her sins which are many are forgiven, for she loved much. But to whom little is forgiven, the same loveth little. And he said unto her, Thy sins are forgiven. And they that sat at meat with him began to say within themselves, Who is this that forgiveth sins also? And he said to the woman, Thy faith hath saved thee. Go in peace. So let me break this parable down. You see, Yahweh Shai was sitting amongst the apostles. Simon is Peter, before he was named Peter. Now, also, Simon, this is a deeper understanding, but Simon, he was King David in the reincarnation, which is why he was chosen to lead the church. Now, in this case here, the two debtors was basically Simon and this woman, right? For the woman had more sins, or for example in this parable, she was the one that owed the more debt. And same thing with Simon, he owed a small debt and stuff. But like Yahweh Shai said, down here in the 47th verse is basically the point. Wherefore I say unto thee, her sins, which are many, are forgiven, for she loved much. But to whom little is forgiven, the same loveth little. So that shows you there that the ones who know in themselves, who have sinned the most, to be freed of that sin, knowing that the Messiah and what he's done for us, shed his blood and and sacrificed himself to save the elect of Yasharallah, who is Israel, and or the elect of Israel, that is, which is the 144,000 elect, plus the 1/3 of all the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. That's 1 out of every 3 Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that you know. These are the people that Yahushua died for. These are the ones who will not have to die in the coming end of this age, when the Messiah comes back for his second visit. Now, for those who have sinned and know that their sins are wiped away, the ones who have sinned the most, they're the ones who are gonna provide the most, or they're gonna know what the true worth of this forgiveness is, right? So that right there explains how the Messiah wipes away the sins from his elect. And this is also described by the new covenant which the Lord has made with his people, his elect. This is explained in Hebrews 8 and 10. For this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, says Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. I will put my laws into their mind and write them in their hearts, and I will be to them a God, and they shall be to me a people. And they shall not teach every man his neighbor, and every man his brother, saying, Know the Lord, for all shall know me, from the least to the greatest. And I will be merciful to their unrighteousness, and their sins and their iniquities will I remember no more. In that he saith, a new covenant he hath made, the first old. Now that which decayeth and waxeth old is ready to vanish away. So, like it tells you here, the forgiveness of the sins of the house of Israel was facilitated by the Messiah coming back and dying for the elect and the 1/3 of Yasharallah, those who are going to believe in him. And this was done because of the new covenant which the Lord made, right? Because the Lord had to make this new covenant, because the old covenant we ourselves broke it, and which is why we are now paying for breaking that covenant, the covenant of following only the Lord, and the covenant which was given by Moses. But this was also prophesied by Moses that we would go off, which is why he gave us forewarning of what the curses would be. And this is explained in Deuteronomy 28 and 15. I'm not going to read it. This will be another lesson. I'll get into it in another lesson. But these are all the curses. It just keeps going on and on. And if you want a good read, you should go over this. But this right here explains how we're going to go into bondage again, and he's going to send us into bondage through ships. Now he did this in the 700, circa 700 BC, with the northern 10 tribes of Israel, who are the Latinos and Native Americans, and he did it during the 1600s to the southern tribes, who are the Negroes made out of the tribe of Levi, the tribe of Judah, and the tribe of Benjamin. So, and there's other curses in here, from being poor to having an adulterous wife to having kids that go off and so forth. But so hopefully this parable has shed light on what it is to have your debts forgiven, and the multitude of debts which are owed because of sin which was committed. So, until next time, Akim. Shalom.